Welcome back to Footnotes and Folly, and to All's Well That Ends Well. I am Pemberton. This is part 2. The cure has worked its wonder. The King of France rises from his deathbed hole, and keeps his word. Helena may choose her husband from all his lords. She chooses Bertram. But the young Count, proud of his blood, recoils at marrying a poor doctor's daughter, and only the King's command, on pain of his displeasure, drives him to the altar. Married against his will, Bertram will not stay to bed his bride. He sends Helena home to his mother and steals away to the wars in Florence, leaving a cold letter that swears he will never truly be her husband until she wins the ring from his finger and bears a child of his body. Things, he means, that shall never come to pass. And Helena, grieving that her love has driven him into a soldier's danger, resolves to take herself out of his way. Let us go on.
Bertram, Lafew, and perils enter. They say the age of miracles is over. Now we have our philosophers, who take ordinary, familiar things and try to make them seem supernatural and without cause. That is why we make light of real terrors, hiding ourselves inside what looks like knowledge, when we ought to humble ourselves before a fear we cannot understand. Why, this is the rarest subject for wonder that has appeared in our later times. And so it is. To have been given up by the physicians. Just as I say, by both Galen and Paracelsus. By all the learned and approved men. Right, exactly what I say. Who declared him incurable? Why, there it is, I say the same. Not to be helped. Right, as if a man were certain of an uncertain life and a certain death. Exactly, well said. That is what I would have said. I may truly say it is something new in the world. It is indeed. If you want it set out plainly, you may read it in what do you call it? A visible sign of a heavenly effect working through an earthly agent. That is it. I would have said the very same. Why, your dolphin is no livelier. By my faith I speak with regard to. No, it is strange, very strange. That is both the short and the long of it. And anyone who will not acknowledge it to be the very hand of heaven. Yes, that is what I say. In a very weak and feeble instrument, showing great power, great transcendence, which ought indeed to teach us some further lesson than only the King's recovery, namely that we should be generally thankful. I would have said that. You say it well. Here comes the King. The King enters with Helena and attendants. Lustique, as the Dutchman says. I will like a maid the better as long as I have a tooth in my head. Why, he is well enough to lead her in a Coranto. More du vinegar. Is this not Helen? By God, I think it is. Go, call all the lords of the court before me. An attendant exits. Sit, my preserver, beside your patient's side, and from this healthy hand, whose banished feeling you have restored, receive a second confirmation of my promised gift, which waits only for you to name it. Several lords enter. Fair maid, let your eye look over them. This young company of noble bachelors is mine to bestow. Over them I have both a king's authority and a father's voice. Make your free choice. You have power to choose, and they have no power to refuse. May each of you receive one fair and virtuous mistress when love is pleased to give her, and truly, may each receive only one. I would give my bay gelding and all his gear if my mouth were no more broken than these boys' mouths, and if I had his little beard written on my face. Look them over carefully. Not one of them lacked a noble father. Helena turns to one lord. Gentlemen, heaven has restored the King to health through me. We understand it, and thank heaven for you. I am a simple maid, and in that I am richest, because I swear I am truly a maid. Please your majesty, I have already done enough. The blushes in my cheeks whisper to me, we blush because you must choose, but if you are refused, let the white death sit forever on your cheek, for we will never come there again. Choose, and remember, whoever rejects your love rejects all my love in him. Now, Diane, I fly from your altar, and to imperial love, that highest God, I send my sighs. Sir, will you hear my request? And grant it. Thank you, sir. All the rest is silence. I would rather be in her place making this choice than throw double aces for my life. Sir, the honor that shines in your fair eyes answers too threateningly before I speak. May love make your fortune 20 times greater than the woman who wishes it for you, and greater than her humble love. No better, if it please you. Receive my wish which great love grant, and so I take my leave. Do they all refuse her? If they were sons of mine, I would have them whipped, or I would send them to the Turk to be made eunuchs. Do not be afraid that I will take your hand. I will never wrong you for your own sake. Blessings on your vows, and in your bed may you find a fairer fortune if you ever marry. These boys are made of ice, none of them will have her. Surely they are bastards to the English, no Frenchman ever begot them. You are too young, too fortunate, and too good to make yourself a son from my blood. Fair lady, I do not think so. There is one grape left yet. I am sure your father drank wine. But if you are not a fool, then I am a youth of 14. I know what you are already. I dare not say I take you. Instead I give myself in my service, for as long as I live, into your guiding power. This is the man. Then young Bertram, take her. She is your wife. My wife, my liege? I beg your highness, in such a matter, to let me use the help of my own eyes. Do you not know, Bertram, what she has done for me? Yes, my good lord, but I can never hope to understand why I should marry her. You know she raised me from my sickbed. But does it follow, my lord, that I must be brought down to pay for your being raised up? I know her well. She was brought up at my father's expense. A poor physician's daughter is my wife. Let contempt corrupt me forever before that happens. It is only her title that you despise, and I can build that up. It is strange that our bloods, if poured together in color, weight, and heat, would entirely lose distinction, and yet we set ourselves apart with such mighty differences. If she is everything virtuous except the one thing you dislike, a poor physician's daughter, then you dislike virtue because of a name. Do not do that. When virtuous things come from the lowest place, that place is dignified by the deed of the person who comes from it. Where great titles swell and there is no virtue, that honor is diseased and bloated. Good alone is good without a name. Vileness is the same. A thing should be judged by what it is, not by its title. She is young, wise, and fair. In these gifts she is nature's direct heir, and these gifts create honor. It is honor's shame when someone claims honor merely because he was born to it, yet does not resemble the worthy father who gave it. Honors thrive when we derive them from our own actions rather than from our ancestors. The mere word honor is a slave, debased on every tomb. On every grave it is often a lying trophy, and just as often it is silent where dust and cursed oblivion cover bones that were truly honorable. What more should be said? If you can like this creature as a maid, I can create the rest. Her virtue and herself are her dowry. Honor and wealth will come from me. I cannot love her, and I will not try to do it. You wrong yourself if you must try in order to choose rightly. My lord, I am glad that you are restored to health. Let the rest go. My honor is at stake, and to protect it I must use my power. Here, take her hand, proud, scornful boy, unworthy of this good gift. You bind up my love and her merit in vile contempt. You cannot imagine that if we weigh ourselves in the scale you call defective in her, we shall weigh you down to the beam. You refuse to know that it lies in our power to plant your honor wherever we please to have it grow. Restrain your contempt. Obey our will, which labors for your good. Do not trust your disdain, but at once give your own fortune the obedient duty that both your obligation owes and our power demands. Otherwise, I will throw you forever out of my care into the confusion and careless ruin of youth and ignorance, and I will release both my revenge and hatred upon you in the name of justice, without any terms of pity. Speak. Your answer. Pardon me, my gracious lord, I submit my judgment to your eyes. When I consider what great creation, and what share of honor flies wherever you command it, I find that she, whom just now my nobler thoughts considered most low, is now praised by the king, and being so ennobled, she is as if she had been born noble. Take her by the hand, and tell her she is yours. To her I promise a counterweight, if not equal to your estate, then a balance even richer. I take her hand. May good fortune and the king's favor smile on this marriage agreement. The ceremony will be arranged as quickly as the sudden occasion requires, and it shall be performed tonight. The formal feast can wait for another time, when absent friends may attend. Since you love her, your love is sacred to me. If it is not, then it is false. The king, Bertram, Helena, lords, and attendants leave. Do you hear me, monsieur? A word with you. What is your pleasure, sir? Your lord and master did well to take back what he had said. Take back what he had said? My lord? My master? Yes. Am I not speaking plainly? Very harshly, and not in a way that can be understood without bloodshed following it. My master? Are you companion to the Count Roscelin? To any count, to all counts, to whatever is a man. To whatever is a count's man. A count's master is another matter. You are too old, sir. Let that satisfy you. You are too old. I must tell you, sirrah, I am writing down man as the title, and age cannot bring you to that title. What I dare do too well, I dare not do. For the price of 2 ordinary meals, I once thought you were a fairly wise fellow. You made tolerable talk about your travels, it could pass. Yet the scarves and little banners hanging about you strongly warned me not to believe you were a vessel carrying much weight. Now I have found you out. If I lose sight of you again, I do not care. You are good for nothing except being taken up on credit, and even for that you are barely worth it. If you did not have the privilege of age protecting you. Do not plunge too far into anger, or you may hurry on your own trial, and if that happens, Lord have mercy on you for a chicken. Well, my good lattice window, farewell. I need not open your casement, because I can see straight through you. Give me your hand. My lord, you treat me with most outrageous indignity. Yes, with all my heart, and you deserve it. My lord, I have not deserved it. Yes, in good faith, every grain of it, and I will not reduce it by a scruple. Well, I shall be wiser. As soon as you can, because you have much pulling to do in the opposite direction. If you are ever tied up in your scarf and beaten, you will learn what it means to be proud of your bondage. I want to keep up my acquaintance with you, or rather my knowledge of you, so that when you fail I may say, he is a man I know. My lord, you cause me unbearable vexation. I wish it were the pains of hell, for your sake, and that my poor effort could last forever. As for doing, I am past it, except what I can still do to you as much as age gives me leave. Lafew leaves. Well, you have a son who shall take this disgrace off me. Scurvy old filthy scurvy lord. Well, I must be patient. There is no putting shackles on authority. I will beat him by my life if I can meet him at any convenient time, even if he were twice and twice a lord. I will have no more pity for his age than I would have, for I will beat him, if only I can meet him again. Lafew enters. Sirrah, your lord and master is married. There is news for you. You have a new mistress. I most sincerely beg your lordship to hold back some part of your insults. He is my good lord. The one I serve above is my master. Who? God? Yes, sir. The devil is your master. Why do you tie up your arms in that fashion? Are you making stockings out of your sleeves? Do other servants do that? You had better put your lower part where your nose stands. By my honor, if I were only 2 hours younger, I would beat you. It seems to me you are a general offense, and every man ought to beat you. I think you were created so that men could exercise themselves on you. This is harsh and undeserved treatment, my lord. Go on, sir. You were beaten in Italy for picking a seed out of a pomegranate. You are a vagabond, not a true traveler. You are more insolent with lords and honorable persons than your birth and virtue give you any right to be. You are not worth another word, or else I would call you a knave. I leave you. Lafew leaves. Bertram enters. Good, very good. So that is how it is. Good, very good. Let it be hidden for a while. Ruined and surrendered to cares forever. What is the matter, sweetheart? Though I have sworn before the solemn priest, I will not sleep with her. What, sweetheart? Oh, my perils, they have married me. I will go to the Tuscan wars, and never sleep with her. France is a dog-hole, and no longer deserves the tread of a man's foot. To the wars. There are letters from my mother. I do not yet know what they contain. Yes, that should be known. To the wars, my boy, to the wars. The man who stays at home hugging his little wife keeps his honor shut away in a box, wasting in her arms the manly strength that ought to support the leaps and high curvets of Mars's fiery horse. To other regions. France is a stable, and we who live in it are worn, not nags. Therefore, to the war. So it shall be. I will send her to my house, tell my mother that I hate her and why I have fled, and write to the king what I did not dare speak aloud. The gift he has just given me will equip me for those Italian fields where noble fellows strike. War is no hardship compared with the dark house and the detested wife. Will this caprice hold in you? Are you sure? Go with me to my chamber and advise me. I will send her away at once. Tomorrow I will go to the wars, and she to her lonely sorrow. Why, these balls bounce, there is sound in them. It is hard, a young man married is a man marred. Therefore go away and bravely leave her. The king has wronged you, but hush, it is so. They leave. Helena and Clown enter. My mother sends me kind greetings. Is she well? She is not well, and yet she has her health. She is very cheerful, but still she is not well. But thanks be given, she is very well and lacks nothing in the world, and yet all the same she is not well. If she is very well, what is wrong with her that she is not very well? Truly, she is very well indeed, except for 2 things. What 2 things? One is that she is not in heaven, where God send her quickly. The other is that she is on earth, from where God send her quickly. Perils enters. Bless you, my fortunate lady. I hope, sir, that I have your goodwill in having my own good fortune. You had my prayers to bring it on, and to keep it with you. You have them still. Oh, my rascal, how is my old lady? If you had her wrinkles and I had her money, I would wish you did as you say. Why, I say nothing. Indeed, you are the wiser man, because many a man's tongue shakes out his master's ruin. To say nothing, do nothing, know nothing, and have nothing makes up a great part of your title, which is very close to nothing. Away with you. You are a rogue. You should have said, sir, before a rogue. You are a rogue. That is, before me, you are a rogue. That would have been true, sir. Come now, you are a witty fool. I have found you out. Did you find me in yourself, sir, or were you taught how to find me? The search was profitable, sir, and may you find a great deal of fool in yourself, to the world's pleasure and the increase of laughter. A good rogue, by my faith, and well fed. Madam, my lord will leave tonight. A very serious matter calls him away. He admits the great privilege and rightful claim of love, which time says is due to you, but he postpones it because he is compelled by necessity. The lack and the delay are scattered with sweetness, which they distill now during this restrained time, so that the coming hour may overflow with joy and pleasure may rise over the brim. What else does he want? That you take your immediate leave of the king, and make this haste, seem your own wise decision, strengthened by whatever excuse you think will make the need appear likely. What more does he command? That, when you have obtained this, you immediately wait for his further wishes. In everything I attend upon his will. I shall report it so. Please do. Come, sirrah. They exit. Lafew and Bertram enter elsewhere in the same palace. But I hope your lordship does not think he is a soldier. Yes, my lord, and one proved to be very brave. You have that from his own telling of it. From other reliable testimony. Then my clock does not run true. I took this lark for a little bunting. I assure you, my lord, he is very great in knowledge, and brave in proportion. Then I have sinned against his experience and offended against his courage, and my condition in that respect is dangerous, since I still cannot find it in my heart to repent. Here he comes. I pray you make us friends. I will pursue the friendship. Perils enters. These things shall be done, sir. Please, sir, who is his tailor? Sir? Oh, I know him well, sir. He, sir, is a good workman, a very good tailor. Has she gone to the king? She has. Will she leave tonight? As you wish her to. I have written my letters, packed up my treasure, and given orders for our horses. Tonight, when I should take possession of the bride, I shall end before I begin. A good traveller is worth something at the end of a dinner, but one who lies completely, and uses one known truth to pass off 1,000 nothings, should be heard once and beaten 3 times. God save you, Captain. Is there any unkindness between my lord and you, monsieur? I do not know how I have deserved to fall into my lord's displeasure. You have managed to run into it, boots, spurs, and all, like the man who leapt into the custard, and you will run out of it again rather than endure questions about your stay there. It may be that you have mistaken him, my lord, and I shall do so always, even if I caught him at his prayers. Fare you well, my lord, and believe this about me. There can be no kernel in this light nut. The soul of this man is his clothes. Do not trust him in any matter of weighty importance. I have kept such people tame, and I know their natures. Farewell, monsieur. I have spoken better of you than you have deserved, or ever will deserve from me, but we must do good against evil. Lafew exits. An idle lord, I swear. I think so. Why, do you not know him? Yes, I know him well, and common report speaks of him as a worthy man. Here comes my burden. Helena enters. Sir, as I was commanded by you, I have spoken with the king and obtained his permission for immediate departure. He only desires some private speech with you. I shall obey his will. You must not wonder, Helen, at my course of action, which does not suit the occasion, nor perform the expected duties that fall personally upon me. I was not prepared for such a matter, and therefore I am found so unsettled. This drives me to ask you to take your way home at once, and to think over why I ask it rather than question me about it. My motives are better than they appear, and my arrangements have in them a need greater than it seems at first sight to you, since you do not know them. Give this to my mother. He gives her a letter. It will be 2 days before I see you, so I leave you to your wisdom. Sir, I can say nothing except that I am your most obedient servant. Come, no more of that. And I always shall, with true devotion, try to make up for the ways in which my humble stars failed me, so that I may be equal to my great fortune in having you. Let that go. My haste is very great. Farewell. Hurry home. Please, sir, pardon me. Well, what would you say? I am not worthy of the wealth I possess. I hardly dare say it is mine, and yet it is. But like a fearful thief, I would gladly steal what the law declares to be my own. What would you have? Something, and scarcely that much, nothing really. I would not tell you what I would have, my lord. Faith, yes, strangers and enemies part without kissing. I pray you do not delay, but hurry to horse. I shall not disobey your order, good my lord. Where are my other men, monsieur? Farewell. Helena exits. Go toward home, where I will never come while I can shake my sword or hear the drum. Away, and to our flight. Bravely, courage! They exit. A flourish sounds. The Duke of Florence enters with attendants, 2 French lords and soldiers. So now, point by point, you have heard the basic reasons for this war, whose great decision has already let out much blood, and thirsts for more. The quarrel seems wholly on your grace's side, and dark and fearful on your opponent's. Therefore we greatly wonder that our cousin France, in so just a matter, would close his heart against our appeals for help. Good my lord, I cannot explain the reasons of our state except like an ordinary man looking from the outside, one who forms an idea of a great council by his own inadequate guesswork. Therefore I do not dare say what I think of it, since I have found myself failing in my uncertain grounds as often as I have guessed. Let it be as he wishes. But I am sure the younger men of our nation, who are overfed with ease, will come here day by day for medicine. They shall be welcome, and all the honors we can send from ourselves shall settle on them. You know your places well. When better positions fall, they fall for your advantage. Tomorrow to the field. A flourish sounds. They exit. The Countess and the clown enter a room in the Countess's palace. Everything has happened just as I would have wished, except that he has not come back with her. By my word, I take my young lord to be a very melancholy man. What makes you think that, I pray you? Why, he will look at his boot and sing, fix his ruff and sing, ask questions and sing, pick his teeth and sing. I knew a man who had this same habit of melancholy, and he sold a fine manner for a song. Let me see what he writes and when he means to come. She opens a letter. I have had no taste for isbels since I was at court. Our old fish and our isbels here in the country are nothing like your old fish and your isbels at court. The brains of my Cupid have been knocked out, and I begin to love the way an old man loves money, without appetite. What have we here? Exactly what you have there. The clown exits. I have sent you a daughter-in-law. She has healed the king and ruined me. I have married her, not slept with her, and sworn to make the knot last forever. You will hear that I have run away. Know it before the report comes. If there is enough wit in the world, I will keep far away. My duty to you. Your unfortunate son, Bertram. This is not good, you rash, uncontrolled boy, to run from the favor of so good a king, to bring his anger down on your own head by despising a maid too virtuous for even an empire to scorn. The clown enters. Oh, madam, there is heavy news inside, between 2 soldiers and my young lady. What is the matter? No, there is some comfort in the news, some comfort. Your son will not be killed as soon as I thought he would. Why should he be killed? That is what I say, madam, if he runs away as I hear he does. The danger is in standing to it. That is how men are lost, though it is also how children are made. Here come those who can tell you more. For my part, I only hear your son has run away. The clown exits. Helena and the 2 gentlemen enter. God save you, good madam. Madam, my lord is gone, forever gone. Do not say so. Think of patience. I pray you, gentlemen, I have felt so many turns of joy and grief that the first sight of either one cannot startle me out of myself like a weak woman. Where is my son, I pray you? Madam, he has gone to serve the Duke of Florence. We met him on the way there, for we came from there ourselves, and after finishing some business at court, we are going that way again. Look at this letter, madam. Here is my passport. When you can get the ring upon my finger, which shall never come off, and show me a child born from your body that I fathered, then call me husband. But in such a that I write a never. This is a dreadful sentence. Did you bring this letter, gentlemen? Yes, madam, and because of what it says, we are sorry for our trouble. I pray you, lady, take better heart. If you keep all the griefs as yours alone, you rob me of half my share. He was my son, but I wash his name out of my blood, and you are all my child. He is toward Florence? Yes, madam. And to be a soldier? That is his noble purpose, and believe it, the Duke will lay upon him all the honor that proper opportunity allows. Are you returning there? Yes, madam, with the swiftest speed we can make. Till I have no wife, I have nothing in France. It is bitter. Do you find that written there? Yes, madam. Perhaps it is only the boldness of his hand, and his heart did not consent to it. Nothing in France until he has no wife. There is nothing here too good for him except only her, and she deserves a lord whom 20 such rude boys might serve, and call her mistress every hour. Who was with him? Only a servant, and a gentleman whom I have known at times. Perils, was it not? Yes, my good lady, it was he. A very corrupted fellow, full of wickedness. My son spoils a nature well born by taking his persuasion. Indeed, good lady, the fellow has far too much of what makes people think highly of him. You are welcome, gentlemen. I will ask you, when you see my son, to tell him that his sword can never win the honor he is losing, and I will ask you to carry more in writing. We serve you, madam, in that and in all your worthiest affairs. Not as servants, but as we exchange courtesies. Will you come near? The Countess and the gentleman exit. Till I have no wife, I have nothing in France. Nothing in France until he has no wife. You shall have no wife, Rosalind, none in France, then you shall have everything again. Poor lord, is it I who drive you from your country, and expose those tender limbs of yours to the chance of war that spares no one? Is it I who drive you from the playful court, where fair eyes aimed at you, to become the target of smoky muskets? O you leaden messengers, riding on the violent speed of fire, fly with false aim. Stir the watchful air that sings as you pierce it, but do not touch my lord. Whoever shoots at him, I placed him there. Whoever charges at his forward breast, I am the wretch who holds him to it. And though I do not kill him myself, I am the cause by which his death would be brought about. Better that I should meet the ravening lion when hunger forces him to roar. Better that all the miseries nature contains should be mine at once. No, come home, Rosalind, from where honor wins only a scar from danger, and just as often loses everything. I will be gone. My being here is what keeps you away. Shall I stay here to cause it? No, no, even if the air of paradise cooled this house, and angels served in every office. I will be gone, so that pitying rumor may report my flight and comfort your ear. Come night and day, for under darkness, like a poor thief, I will steal away. Helena exits. Before the Duke's palace in Florence, a flourish sounds. The Duke of Florence enters with Bertram, drum and trumpets, soldiers and perils. You are the general of our cavalry, and we, strong in our hopes, place our best love and confidence upon your promising fortune. Sir, it is a command too heavy for my strength, but still, for your worthy sake, we will try to bear it to the furthest edge of danger. Then go forward, and may fortune play upon your prosperous helmet like your favorable mistress. This very day, great Mars, I put myself into your ranks. Make me only like my own thoughts, and I shall prove a lover of your drum and a hater of love. They exit. Countess enters with the steward. Alas! And would you take the letter from her? Could you not tell that she would do exactly what she has done, by sending me a letter? Read it again. I am a pilgrim bound for St. Jack's. Ambitious love has made me so guilty that I walk barefoot over the cold ground, with a holy vow to amend my faults. Write, so that my dearest master, your dear son, may hurry away from the bloody course of war. Let him be blessed at home in peace, while I, far off, honor his name with devoted fervor. Tell him to forgive me for the hardships he has taken on. I, his spiteful Juno, sent him away from courtly friends to live among enemies in the camp, where death and danger follow close behind true worth. He is too good and noble for death, and too good for me. I remove myself to set him free. Ah, what sharp stings there are even in her gentlest words. Rinaldo, you never lacked good judgment so badly as when you let her go like that. If I had spoken with her, I could have turned her away from these intentions, which she has now put beyond prevention. Pardon me, madame. If I had given you this last night, she might have been overtaken, and yet she writes that pursuit would be useless. What angel will bless this unworthy husband? He cannot prosper unless the prayers of the woman heaven delights to hear, and loves to grant, save him from the wrath of strictest justice. Write, Rinaldo, to this unworthy husband of his wife. Let every word press on him with the weight of her worth, which he values far too lightly. Set down my deepest grief sharply, though he feels little of it. Send the most suitable messenger at once. Perhaps when he hears she is gone, he will return, and I may hope that she, hearing as much, will hasten back again, led here by pure love. Which of the two is dearest to me, I have no judgment left to distinguish. Arrange for this messenger. My heart is heavy, and my age is weak. Grief would have tears, and sorrow commands me to speak. They leave. Outside the walls of Florence, an old widow of Florence enters with Diana, Violetta, Mariana, and other citizens. No, come along. If they approach the city, we shall miss the whole sight. They say the French count has performed most honorable service. It is reported that he has captured their greatest commander, and that with his own hand he killed the duke's brother. A trumpet sounds far off. We have wasted our effort. They have gone another way. Listen, you can tell by their trumpets. Come, let us go back and be satisfied with the report of it. Well, Diana, be careful of this French earl. A maiden's honor is her name, and no inheritance is as rich as chastity. I know that rogue, curse him, one perils. He is a filthy officer in making those suggestions for the young earl. Beware of them, Diana. Their promises, temptations, oaths, gifts, and all these tools of lust are not what they pretend to be. Many a maid has been seduced by them, and the misery is that example, though it looks so terrible in the ruin of maidenhood, still cannot discourage those who come after. They are caught on the very twigs that threaten them. I hope I need not advise you further. I trust your own virtue will keep you where you are, even if there were no other danger known except the modesty that is lost in yielding. You do not need to fear for me. Helena enters dressed as a pilgrim. I hope so. Look, here comes a pilgrim. I know she will stay at my house. The pilgrims send one another there. I will question her. God save you, pilgrim. Where are you bound? To St. Jack's the Grand. Where do the Palmers lodge, I beg you? At the St. Francis here, beside the gate. Is this the way? A march is heard far off. Yes, indeed it is. Listen, they are coming this way. If you will wait, holy pilgrim, only until the troops pass by, I will take you where you shall be lodged, especially because I think I know your hostess as well as I know myself. Is it yourself? That pleases you, pilgrim. I thank you, and will wait on your convenience. You came, I think, from France? I did. Here you shall see a countryman of yours who has done worthy service. What is his name, please? The Count Roscelin. Do you know such a man? Only by report, which speaks most nobly of him. I do not know his face. Whatever he is much admired here. He stole away from France, as people report, because the king had married him against his will. Do you think that is true? Yes, surely it is nothing but the truth. I know his lady. There is a gentleman serving the count who speaks very crudely of her. What is his name? Monsieur Perils. Oh, I believe that in his talk of praise, or compared with the worth of the great count himself, she is too lowly even to have her name repeated. All she deserves credit for is a guarded chastity, and I have not heard that tested. Alas, poor lady! It is hard slavery to become the wife of a husband who hates you. Yes, exactly. Good creature, wherever she is, her heart must be heavy. This young maid might do her a sharp turn if she wished. What do you mean? Perhaps the lovesick count is pursuing her for an unlawful purpose. He is indeed, and he uses everything that can, in such a suit, corrupt the tender honor of a maid. But she is armed against him, and keeps her guard in the most honest defense. With drum and colors, a party of the Florentine army enters, including Bertram and Perils. May the gods forbid anything else! So now they come. That is Antonio, the duke's eldest son. That one is Escalus. Which is the Frenchman? He is the one with the plume. He is a most gallant fellow. I wish he loved his wife. If he were more honest, he would be much finer. Is he not a handsome gentleman? I like him well. It is a pity he is not honest. There is that same rogue who leads him to these places. If I were his lady, I would poison that vile rascal. Which one is he? That little jackanapes with the scarves. Why is he melancholy? Perhaps he was hurt in the battle. Lose our drum. Well, he is badly troubled by something. Look, he has noticed us. Well, hang you. And your courtesy too, you ring carrier. Bertram, Perils, officers and soldiers leave. The troop has passed. Come, pilgrim, I will bring you to where you shall stay. 4 or 5 penitents under vows, bound for Great St. Jack's, are already at my house. I humbly thank you. If it pleases this matron and this gentle maid to eat with us tonight, the expense and thanks shall be mine. And to repay you further, I will share some counsel about this virgin that is worth attention. We will accept your offer kindly. They leave.
And there we pause again. Helena, won, and at once cast off, has done the most Helena-like thing of all. Rather than keep the husband who flies from her, she leaves Rosalind in a pilgrim's weeds and lets it be thought she means to wander far from him. But the road of a pilgrim from France runs through Florence, the very city where Bertram now plays the soldier and the suitor. Next time, in Part 3, a chaste girl besieged, a desperate stratagem worked in the dark, and a hollow Braggart caught at last in his own lies. Mind the footnotes, and beware the folly.